This is Pet Life Radio. Let's talk pets.
Hello, pet peeps, and welcome to Pets Mean Business on Pet Life Radio. I'm your host, Dustin McAdams. Thanks for being here with me. Today, we're going to geek out a little bit, and we're going to talk about two big nerdy trends, the Internet of Things and pet humanization. I recently watched the series finale of one of my favorite TV shows, Silicon Valley, on HBO. The show follows the ups and downs of a tech startup based in, well, Silicon Valley, of course. If you've not already seen the show, or at least the season's final episode, here's your due warning on a spoiler alert. You may want to turn down the volume for a couple seconds. All right, so in this season's final show, the main characters of the tech startup named Pied Piper stumble into an unlikely solution for a really big data storage problem using interconnected smart refrigerators. And while it's funny fiction, it does illustrate our first trend, the Internet of Things, which is essentially the growth of all of our smart interconnected devices, everything from our phones, our TVs, washing machines, coffee makers, and of course, refrigerators. And it's a trend that's booming. And so is our second trend of pet humanization. Jim Cramer, the crazy guy on CNBC's Mad Money, stated earlier this year that the humanization of pets is the greatest investing theme in the market this year. All right, so that sounds really important, right? But what is the humanization of pets? Well, my simple take on it is it's about our changing views of our pets as family members and us treating them as such. And it's a really broad trend that crosses lots of demographics, but it's especially being fueled by millennials, who are the largest and fastest group of pet parents today. And they're also a group who, on average, are waiting longer to have children, at least the two-legged kind. And they're using their pets to help hone their parenting skills as an outlet for their parental love and money. You can see this trend of pet humanization play out in a number of ways. Take social media. There are now tons of pet accounts, some with really big followings and enough influence to command serious advertising dollars, up to thousands of posts for some. Or look at our travel behaviors. More and more, we like to travel with our pets. And some hotels are rolling out the red carpet with over-the-top amenities to vie for our business. For example, my company Pupjoy supplies the Cosmopolitan Hotel in Las Vegas with boxes of goodies to pamper their nightly doggy guest, which is just one of a number of amenities that they offer under their dog-friendly program. Or look at our general purchasing trends for our pets. They include big increases in organic, local, and sustainable types of pet foods and treats, stylish and seasonal clothes and accessories for our pets, and the kind of stuff that once was reserved for human babies like strollers and carriers. And of course, technology. Because technology has revolutionized our lives, so how could we possibly leave our fur babies in the analog stone ages? There's GPS and activity tracking for your dog, with products like the Nuzzle Collar or the Link AKC Collar. There's wearable LED technology like we covered with our former guest Len from Four Paws Tech. Now there's even Dog TV, a channel specifically designed for your dog. And there's our focus of today, which is bringing FaceTime to Fido. To explain a little further, just like the parents of human babies, we pet parents miss our fur babies too when we're not at home. Have you ever been sitting at a meeting just wishing that you could check on your dog to see how she was doing? Well, you can now. You can call her, or she can even call you. Enter PetChatz. It's basically FaceTime or Skype for your pup, plus a few other fun things. It's an interactive webcam, it's a treat dispenser, a scent dispenser, and my favorite feature, a doggy-activated call pad. Because, of course, your dog has a busy schedule. She needs to fit you in when she can on her time, #overbooked. But seriously, imagine it for a second. Being at work, getting a smartphone notification sent to you by your dog at home because she wants to see you. You open your app, you can see her wagging her tail in the video. After some cute baby talk, for her of course, you hit a button and a treat pops out of a dispenser. You watch her devour it, she wags her tail even more, and you pat yourself on the back for being the amazing pet parent that you are. This isn't fiction, this is PetChatz. And today's guest, Joe Meyers, is here to talk with us about it. He has a career that spanned branding and marketing for some big industry leaders like Target and Coca-Cola, and now he's helping to lead the pet tech industry forward as the Director of Marketing and Customer Experience at PetChat. You can find more about PetChatz online at petchatz.com, and that's spelled with a Z. It's petchatz.com, or on all major social media at PetChatz. We'll be right back to talk with Joe after these messages.
Not pumped about cleaning the litter box? Try World's Best Cat Litter Zero Mess, the litter that gives you 2 times better clumping and more odor control with less litter. That's right, you scoop once and you're done. No chiseling, no scraping, no crumbling, no problem. Looking for fast and easy litter box cleanup? Zero Mess. Try it. You're welcome in advance. Save $2 on World's Best Cat Litter. Visit www.saveonworldsbest.com.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back to Pets Mean Business on Pet Life Radio. With us now is Joe Meyers from PetChatz. Joe, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure. So I gave the audience a little teaser on your background in the intro, but do you mind diving in a little to your branding and marketing background before entering the pet industry?
Certainly. Thank you so much for having me. I love the show, long-time listener.
Thanks.
So you dove into it a little bit. I've worked at Coca-Cola, Target. I worked in the hearing aid industry at Starkey Hearing Technologies here based in Minneapolis, and then was in the natural products industry as well. So always the heart for helping using technology and experiences to enhance people's lives. And finding out about this emerging and young category of pet tech, I was on board as soon as I heard about it.
So tell us the origin story of PetChatz. How long has it been a business? How did it get started? And when did you come on board?
So the origin story was the inventor and founder, Mark Kroll, was dog sitting his daughter's dog. As we do with millennial dogs, make sure that the dogs take care of when the daughter went out of town. And like a good dad, he Skyped his daughter to just show her that the dog was doing okay. And he noticed the dog was going crazy. The dog was interacting with the screen. The dog could hear the mom's voice. The dog was okay and happy before, but just on a different level and excited when she could see her owner on the screen and hear her voice. And kind of the idea popped into Mark Kroll's head, and it's one of the best heads to pop into. He's an inventor. He holds over more than 350 pending patents in the medical industry. And so he connected with the CEO, Lisa Lavin, and said, I have this idea. I need somebody to execute it. Lisa has incredible experience in the pet world, working at 3M, healthcare consulting, Philips Medical Systems at the University of Minnesota. And so they connected, and about 4 years ago, kind of the infancy of this category of pet tech, they connected, launched the first PetChatz 1.0, got into the marketplace. Then, based on consumer feedback and customer feedback, they made tons of upgrades, and we launched PetChatz HD almost 2 years ago. And I came on, it's been almost, looking back, about 10 months now, came on a little bit before last year, and we have been incredible growth, best months in the company in the recent months, and we're excited to continue the next phase and grow further.
Awesome. Well, first, kudos on the success, and welcome to this fun industry.
Thank you for having me. I love it. It's fun. It's fun to work with people who everyone has passion for the consumer, and the consumers are four-legged best friends, which I love. I
couldn't agree more. I personally came out of advertising agency, marketing, tech industry, and got to work with clients in a lot of different industries. But I never forget how fortunate I am to get to work around the type of people you get to work around, and just to get to be around dogs every day. It's a fun industry. Quick question on kind of this notion of digital doggy daycare. I'm sure you guys stay on top of this closely. Where have you seen demand go over the last few years, and where do you see it going on the horizon?
So I think this is kind of an emerging trend, and something that at PetChatz we want to be on the forefront on. And instead of just a device where you can check in on your dog when it feels good for you, or with PetChatz when they can check in on you, we wanted to create a full immersive, full day of entertainment, connection, and interaction with all the features that we have. We're seeing this large trend of daycare for pets, during the day, not overnights, not for weekend trips, but if you have to work 8 hours a day, you'll drive your dog to a doggy daycare, spend on average $45 a day, drops them off and picks them up. And although that's good for at times and when the dog is needing that, for the rest of the time, this digital solution of having streaming dog TV, having the treats, having paw call, which is also game mode, and we have brain games associated with it. There's a game mode attached to it as well, so you don't have to be fully engaged. Being able to have the aromatherapy, have chats with you. You can have this full day without having to drive them to pet daycare, pay a daily fee, and kind of have this full day of interaction and relaxation for them. And I think the demand for digital doggy daycare, especially in large areas, large suburban downtown areas, is going to grow left and right once people realize, oh wow, I can give this investment to my dog, and they have a full day, I have a full day, and then at the end of the day, we can relax and cuddle on the couch. We don't replace cuddling on the couch with your dog, but we do give them a full day of entertainment and connection.
That's what is really cool technology. So I'm curious on the science behind the screen interaction. How do they see it interact with the screen compared to the way we do?
So they interact differently than we do, but there has been a scientific study, and we actually work with Tufts University on this to ensure that their dogs are able to see our screen. So there's an animal behaviorist by the name of Dr. Nicholas Dodman, and he has done tons of research on can dogs see the modern LCD screen that we have on the PetChatz display. Scientific research, showing different things on different screens. And given the refresh rate, I don't want to get too technical for the audience, but given the refresh rate on the screen, the dog's eyes are actually able to see the screen. They're not going to sit down and, watch a 30-minute episode of Silicon Valley like you or I will, but they'll be able to engage, see the items on the screen. I know my dog, and you can test this at home, if there's a dog on the screen and the dog's not barking, is your dog look at the screen? I know my dog is. He'll like, hey, I know what that looks like. I can see that. And we've actually worked with Dog TV since they stream on our device, and the Dog TV stream is actually designed by Dr. Nicholas Dodman to have the colors that the dogs interact with best. It's kind of optimized and customized to how they see the screen. But the dogs, scientifically have been proven that they can see a LCD display.
Interesting. Well, I can say definitively my two, if they're allowed on the couch, definitely watch TV.
It's there, the moving pictures, and they can see what's going on. And we always say that nothing will make your dog smile like your face.
That is probably a true statement. So I tell you what, Joe, we're going to quickly jump to break. Folks, we'll be right back with Joe to find out more about the development process of PetChatz after these messages from our sponsors.
Love to spoil your dog, but no time to shop? Well, check out pupjoy.com. Dog parents are raving about them. They deliver amazing boxes of treats and toys directly to your door. Premium goodies from indie brands, all customized to your dog's unique needs. So you can relax and spend more time on important things, like couch cuddles and belly rubs. Get personalized boxes of joy for your pup, plus built-in support for animal rescue, all for less than you'd pay at the store. Save $10 on your first order today. Go to pupjoy.com, customize your plan, and enter Pets Mean Business at checkout. PUPJOY.com.
Retrievers, Labradors, Goldens are the main breeds that come through our door, but we'll train anything with 4 legs and a tail. My husband and I own a kennel. We train hunting dogs and also have a boarding and grooming business. Our dogs, they're athletes, and we feed a very quality food. You can't get enzymes in a commercial dog food because they cook it at such a high heat that so much important nutrition is just cooked right out of it. But adding Dynovite to their diet has every single dog in my kennel looking better than they have ever looked. DINOVITE.com.
859-428-1000.
The omega-3 fatty acids.
Flaxseed, zinc, alfalfa.
The digestive enzymes that are cooked out of regular dog food.
Dynovite is nutrition.
If you want the dog to be healthy, you got to feed it something healthy.
DINOVITE.
Dynovite's the bomb.
859-428-1000.
859-428-1000.
Dynovite for life.
DINOVITE.com.
Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets
On Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
And we're back with Joe talking about pet tech. So, Joe, where we left off, you were talking a little bit about the underlying technology, which is perfectly fine. I told the audience at the start of this we were going to geek out a little bit today, so diving into a little technology is perfectly fine. Talk a little bit about the overall research and development process that you guys have gone through with the product and continue to go through to refine it.
So when the product was first development, we had this idea, but we wanted to make sure that it actually spoke to, first, the pets. That was our main focus. So we worked with research agencies here locally and brought in a ton of pets, see what they would interact with, see what they engage with. Then we brought in pet parents. And what were their concerns? What are things that they were worried about? Pet safety was one of them. This thing has, it's connected to your home. It's electronic. Is my pet going to be able to, get into this thing and hurt himself, which was our biggest concern. And then obviously usability. This thing has to be functional. It has to work. It has to give the best picture. So we've used all of those things, and that's why we created a device that's actually mounted to your wall. That's actually pet safe. There's no corners. There's no edges. Your pet's not able to scratch it off the wall. In the 4 years we've been in the company, we haven't had any ripped off the wall. We also
it's amazing,
actually created a cover for those extra curious dogs, more just to, just so they're disincentivized to do it. So we really talked with pet parents, people that consider themselves that a pet is a member of the family. And we just continually research it with the dogs in our community. We consider the owners pack members, is that we'll do anything for our pack members. We'll make sure they have the ideal experience. And a lot of their recommendations have been used. I think Paw Call was actually a recommendation from a pack member who said, how cool would it be if my dog could call me? And you're like, we agree. And then they put it into development, and now it's rolled out. So we're
I love
always
that one.
Innovating, always customer driven. And we want to clarify with the Paw Call, you actually schedule the times for the call, just so your dog will not interrupt conference calls. You will not. You schedule the time, and then it blinks, and then the dog does press on it. So we were going to give it unlimited plan, but we thought, working professionals, they need to get their job done. So,
Once in a while, right?
Yeah, you can schedule the call, during an awkward meeting. Or my favorite one is we got an email the other day from a girl on an awkward Tinder date. And so she scheduled her PetChatz call during the awkward Tinder date and took the call. She goes, I got to take this. Here's a text message coming in. It was actually the PetChatz. She connected with her pet, and then she had to go because somebody more important was waiting for her. Fun way of using technology to get out of an awkward Tinder date.
You may have just found an entirely new audience to market to, Joe.
I think so, yes. We should do some co-marketing on Tinder, or anybody who's going on an awkward Tinder date. Please feel free to use our technology in whatever way that suits you.
I can see a great marketing campaign coming out of this. What are the other big areas of feedback you've gotten from your various user experience testing and surveying? Are there, I'm sure you guys get some off-the-wall stuff sometimes, but are there any big trends that you hear from parents that you guys are trying to figure out, how do we actually put this into action?
Yeah, the biggest one was the dog TV. Is we wanted this to be an always-on device. Is not just a device you use, once a day when you call your dog, but a device that can be used all the time. We heard that from a lot of our pack members. Said, it's cool, I can give my dog a treat, but I have to be there to do it. And your day gets busy, you want your dog engaged. That's kind of the purpose of this dog connection, engagement, entertainment. And so through our connection with Dr. Nicholas Dodman and understanding the dog TV philosophy, we implemented dog TV. So now you can turn on dog TV through your app. So you can be at home, or I'll usually do it if I have to stay a little extra late in the office. I'll go to my app, turn on dog TV for my dog. He knows I care about him because I'm turning on entertainment for him, and I'll be home in a little bit and be able to engage with him when I get home. That was another kind of invention integration based on our voice of customer, saying I want to use this device all the time, not just when I miss my dog.
Yeah. What's your typical process for getting feedback from your users? Do you guys do a lot of live focus group stuff, or is it mostly through surveys, or what's the general mode for you guys?
We really engage with social media. That's kind of how we came onto the scene, especially marketing to millennials. We've had some very large Facebook videos from some partners, about 100 million views on the Facebook videos. And then we have a relatively large Instagram thing. So a lot of our engagement comes right on there. Is the millennial marketplace is not afraid to tweet or Instagram or Facebook message us if they have a problem or if they have a solution or if they have an issue. So we really listen to the customer and interact and engage with them where they're at. They want to tweet at us, I'll tweet right back. They want to Facebook message me, I'm right there all day long. So we really listen just in social, and we encourage that. We just did a PetChatz selfie contest on social media where we gave away a PetChatz. So you posted a selfie with you and your pet, and our favorite one got a free PetChatz. So we engage with them, kind of interaction, but also if they have troubles or challenges, with the technology, or if they have ideas, we're right there where they're going to be.
Yeah. And I think that's, I'm glad you brought that up. I think it's a great learning moment for anybody listening in that's in the industry, is the notion of, probably with all audiences, but especially with the millennial audience, being very attuned to those channels for multi-purposes, and one of them being a lot of really great feedback and being able to interact. But I also love the notion of making sure you meet your customer where they are and their channel of choice, which I think that's great. I'm glad you brought that up. So you guys have been doing this for 4 years, had some pretty big developments. Have you had any major aha lessons learned over the course of this that have really driven what you guys do with the business?
Big lessons learned.
I know you're a little late in the game at 10 months, but
the biggest lesson learned is the dedication that pet parents have for their pets. I'm a proud dog dad, but I've understood and realized that there's just a different level of pet parents out there who are all in on their dogs, and that's it. I've been able to and had the pleasure of meeting these people at conferences and events, and when I get an email message, it always makes me giggle when a dog emails me. It's always my favorite part of the day. I'll always get a message from Fido saying, "Hey, this is Fido. I love your thing. It makes my tail wag every time it turns on. Thank you so much for all you do." And that's the biggest kind of lesson learned, is that these people are all in on their dog. This is their number one priority. They have social media accounts for their dogs, and they're, using their dog as the source of ultimate happiness. And it's such fun to be a part of that really inner culture of dog enthusiasts.
Yeah, couldn't agree more on that. So last kind of techie question for you on this. For anybody that's listening that wants to know, what are the basic building blocks of how it works? Is it Wi-Fi enabled system?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you connect the system to your Wi-Fi. And then just like Tesla, we do over-the-air updates every month or so to make sure the system improves. So you're able to chat using your iOS, Android, or your computer. You go to chat.petchatz.com. You log in. When you kind of register your device, you get a login with your email address, and you're able to initiate a chat. You start all your chats in silent mode, which I like to use just to make sure my dog is not sleeping, and engage with them. And then you start a chat. We have a distinctive ringtone. The chat comes up. You're able to see the dog low light HD, and then you can dispense a treat. And then at that point, the aromatherapy scent that kind of calms the dog down, rest assured that you're there, is dispensed. You can record the chat, take photos of it, share it on social media. When you end the chat, it goes away. And then we have push notifications that go to your phone based on your preferences. So if you want to get a notification every time your dog barks, we have sound notifications. If you want to get a notification every time your dog is near the unit, we have alerts and notifications that say, "Oh, your dog is up and awake and he's walking around." And then we also have our most famous, the paw call notification that says, "End that Tinder date, Fido wants to chat."
I love that. Yeah, so I think your product and the technology behind this is just really cool. And I anticipate you guys are going to do huge things with it. See, a couple things quickly. For any folks that may have follow-up questions for you personally, what's the best way to reach you?
You can reach out to me at info@petchatz.com. The best source, and just kind of, we're interested in partnerships and working with other pet technologies or really dog companies that, really care about the pet parent. We're all in on the pet mom and dad. So any company that's dedicated to that, you can email us at info@petchatz, that's with a Z.com, and I'll get back to you, within a day or so.
Awesome. So on that vein, Joe, around community and partnerships and everything, what do you guys do both in terms of the type of partners and sponsors that you look for, as well as anything you may do as a company to support dog advocacy?
We're all about the community, as we welcome all of our new members as PetChatz Pack members, and they're welcomed on social, and we're welcomed in our groups and to talk about all things dogs. That's the first thing to give it back. Our second and kind of largest initiative is we're working with Tufts University and the Center for Shelter Dogs, head up by Dr. Nicholas Dodman, to study the effects of PetChatz on the adoptability of shelter dogs.
Interesting.
The PR release came out about 2 months ago, and we're working with several shelters in the Northeast and Tufts University to figure out a solution on how to reduce the stress of shelter dogs.
Yeah.
We believe technology is a solution there. The longer that shelter dogs are in that environment, their cortisol level rise. The longer they're there, the chances that euthanasia will occur. So we're trying everything we can, including our technology and Dog TV, in the study to see, will this technology help? Will this reduce the stress in shelter dogs so they become more adoptable? And using technology, we think, is an amazing first start. It's a huge epidemic, and we're trying to help out with that. We always love to give back to our local humane shelters and societies here. We recently participated in the Walk for Animals in Minnesota, about 50,000 dogs, and we were part of that. We do give discounts for military service members. A lot of military service people use PetChatz if they're stationed overseas or they're stationed somewhere in the U.S. and they can't be near their dog. This is a perfect gift for them. And so we do offer discounts for military members. I have a heart for dogs online. We worked recently with this dog named Quasi. He's a German Shepherd with a short spine. And he works at a shelter, and we were able to sponsor him, sponsor the shelter, tell his story. So we're always looking for those dogs who just have heart and might need a hand up.
Oh, that's awesome, man. It sounds like you guys are doing a ton there, and I'm really interested to see where you guys go with the studies. I think that could be really interesting for the rescue community. So I think last question for you, Joe. So you guys have a very interesting vantage point on where technology is going with the pet industry. What's your general perspective on where we're going to see things go over the next 5 years?
I ask myself this question almost on a daily basis. As I see growth, I see new products entering the marketplace. I see kind of two levels. I see the tech companies slapping the name dog on their product, and then I see the dog companies, the pet companies, trying to integrate technology to make lives better. So my theory and perspective on where it's going is that the companies that are dog focused and focused on, voice of customer and want to grow and are using that technology to enhance the lives of dogs, the growth is going to be next level. I do agree with the advisors on the growth of this industry. I'm hesitant on the companies who are tech companies who just slap dog on their thing to try to appeal to the dog owners. I saw the other day a camera, and it was previously a baby camera, and they just slapped a dog on it. And that's just a camera. And it's okay that you can do that, but that's not this marketplace. These pet parents truly care about the impact and not to be pandered to by slapping dog on a device that was used for humans, and now it's a dog device. So we firmly stand that we're a dog company first and a technology company, a pet company first, and then a technology company second.
Gotcha. Thanks. So that's good perspective. Anything else before we wrap things up, Joe, that you want to cover?
No, I'm inspired by the rest of the community and the growth that's happening, just the pet entrepreneurs and people in this pet industry. So continue all the good work, and I'd love to partner with everybody and anybody who's interested in pet technology.
Well, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. I think you guys have the killer product here. I think it's cool. Wish you the best, and I'd recommend everybody go check them out. If for nothing else, go check it out and take a look at it, because I think it's really cool, innovative stuff if you're a pet parent. So with that, I also want to thank my wonderful producer, Mark Wenner, for making all this possible. And I would love to hear from you. You can reach out to me by email, Dustin@pupjoy.com. That's PUPJOY.com, at PupJoy on all major social media and online at PupJoy.com. So my friends, happy tales to you until we meet again.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.